It's kind of dark outside.
It is kind of dark. It looks like it's going to storm. We better hurry up and get this done.
But you know what wasn't dark this week?
What wasn't dark?
This week's news in clinical AI. I'm Simone Pirati, and this is Jeremy Pirati, your General Solutions Manager at Lucem Health.
General Manager of Solutions, but, if we flip a word or two, it's okay. So, thanks for joining me this week, Simone. Simone told me that my TikTok cred was terrible, and so I needed some help.
So he hired his 18-year-old daughter to help him out.
Unpaid.
Dinner.
Okay, dinner. Here we go. First topic this week, a good commentary in the New England Journal of Medicine. It provided a pretty thoughtful critique of AI in healthcare, and they point out that there are implementation challenges and significant limitations of today's AI. But they also say, in addition to that more research is needed, they had a nice point, which is that we got to train medical students on interpreting AI. That students need to learn in their medical school curriculum the strengths and weaknesses of algorithms and how predictions can inform and where they're not intended to replace clinical decision making. They talk about augmenting providers with AI, which in and of itself is sort of controversial. See our story from a couple weeks ago. So AI is not going to be a panacea, but they said it's certainly not going to help if students don't know how to interpret the predictions. They don't know how to look at the charts, the graphs that come out of some AI systems and know what to do with the strength of those predictions.
So if you gave me a car on my 18th birthday, I better know how to drive it before getting in.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good analogy. Although the chances of me giving you a car on your 18th birthday are probably lower than the chances of a current physician agreeing to redo medical school. Which actually brings up an important point, which is that we've got a whole bunch of clinicians right now who are already trained, who've been practicing medicine for years. They're not going to go back to medical school. So how do we make them make good use of clinical AI? To us, what we think is we need to make sure that clinical AI systems are thoughtfully designed because it matters. The system design matters. Human factors is a bona fide area of study. User interfaces matter. Thoughtful workflow design matters. That's how we're going to end up getting the best value, the most output of clinical AI with the clinicians who today are delivering care for so many.
Nice. So having it be thoughtful from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so that brings us to topic 2. A really practical article in Becker's Healthcare. The article headline was Hospitals Focus In on Integrating AI as Market Cools. It was a way of trying to squeeze together sort of two different things. One was that the levels of investment in clinical AI may actually be shrinking a little bit, but that hospitals are increasingly focused on figuring out how to integrate AI. The analysis in the article shows that after a period of hype and inflated expectations, hospitals are starting to get real about implementing AI. The focus is now on integration, not just one-off pilots. And this aligns with what we're seeing. Hospitals want providers across the spectrum, not just in hospital settings, want AI that slots smoothly into workflows. It has to be intuitive. It has to improve outcomes and efficiency. One venture partner from Cleveland Clinic Ventures, Todd Schwartzinger, he actually was quoted as saying this: "We're very much in wait and see for a lot of these AI-driven models. The pace of innovation might be accelerating quickly, but in digital health and health tech, you come across the issues of reality and implementation of these solutions," unquote. That's pretty much what we said last week on the episode that you chided me for being so stiff and boring in, that in fact, issues of reality and implementation matter in healthcare. Dr. Shafiq Raab points out that the fact of the matter is that this will only succeed if it's totally integrated with the workflow and the processes of physicians and nurses, unquote. And I think that nothing could be more true. We can't just take an AI model, drop it on the floor, and expect that anybody's going to be able to make good use of it. It has to be well integrated into a well-designed software system.
Yeah, I agree. So that car that I was going to get for my 18th birthday.
Not going to get? Go on.
But if you were going to get it for me and said here's your car, but you can't drive it, you just have to look at it.
Yeah, wouldn't be all that useful to you. Or if I walked in and if you said you were hungry and I walked in and I gave you a raw egg and dropped it on the floor, you'd say,
that needs to be cooked.
Right. You'd actually probably punch me.
How?